Hey everyone, it's Bailey. Welcome back to the channel and thanks for tuning in to what's going to be a super quick review of a new eyeshadow primer I came across from the drugstore recently. It's the Revlon Color Stay Eyeshadow Primer. There is no shade here. Comes in this black tube, has a twist off cap and a squeezy dispenser, so you just put a little bit on your finger, rub it across your eyelids, and in theory it primes your lids so that shadows stand out more and last longer. I had really high hopes for this because drugstore primers have actually gotten pretty good. I'm actually going to mention another primer in this video too as kind of a buy this not that kind of situation, not to spoil anything, but this one just really didn't work out for me. It's a very thin formula. It doesn't have any sort of opacity to it, even though it is kind of a light nude shade. It really blends out into nothingness, so it's not going to even out any sort of uneven pigmentation you might have, discoloration you might have across the lid. It's not something that I'm big on. I mean, I do some occasionally, like there are some discoloration I have up on my brow area that if I don't, depending on the look, it can sometimes just make the look a little bit messier. So I do like to cover that with something a little more opaque. This doesn't do that. Not that it was the make or break for me, but just in case you're wondering, this is not one of those opaque primers. What was the make or break for me is that it has kind of that slippery silicone-y texture, which I'm not a fan of for my face, but I figured I would give it a try on my eyes. And my eyes were crease city by the end of the day. They faded like crazy, they creased like crazy, and I was wearing good shadows. I was actually, in the before and after you'll see here, I was wearing the Urban Decay Born to Run palette, and their shadows are amazing. They're very pigmented, pretty long lasting on me, and I just felt like I wasn't A, getting the pigmentation that I was expecting out of this palette, and B, at the end of the day, my eyeshadow was creased, and just not what I'm looking for my eyeshadow primer to do. So unfortunately, this was a miss for me, but the primer that I have been loving lately from the drugstore that I think is worth mentioning just for the sake of having a good alternative that I know works, and I know I love, is the Covergirl Lid Lock Up. They sent this to me a couple weeks ago, so I've been using it for quite some time. And this is another transparent eyeshadow primer, so again, kind of like the Revlon, if you're looking for something opaque to kind of even out any sort of hyperpigmentation or discoloration, this is not going to do that for you, but it's a super thin formula that you apply to, I like to apply to my lid, blend out with my finger, and then it remains tacky for a little bit of time to kind of give your eyeshadow time to adhere and stick and then really lock in and stay throughout the day. It has just been amazing. I've really been liking it as an eyeshadow primer, and I think the difference in using it under something like this palette is just, or any eyeshadow for that matter, is night and day from using the Revlon eyeshadow primer. So kind of a bummer that the Revlon didn't work out. The more affordable primers you can get out there, the better in my opinion, but luckily there is this one from CoverGirl that I think works really, really well. So that's it for this quickie review. Let me know if you've tried this, if it's worked for you in the comments below. Maybe it's my skin type or the shadows that I'm wearing. If this works for you, definitely share how you got it to work, why you love it in the comments below, or share your favorite eyeshadow primer. Always love to hear that too. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye guys!